time comes when, now that you have knowledge yourself, what are you going to do with it? You go right to the remedy, trade a profession. That's the next hit. Right? That was simple. Simplicity. You got knowledge of yourself, and now you know the remedy, trade a profession. And then you can go even further than that. Say you already got your knowledge of yourself, you already got your trading profession, now you moving to the next level, right? You saying, all right, well, my C is to go into business for yourself. That's the best one. Now, anything else after that is you're trying to get back to that level where you're going into business for yourself. But you can go work for someone and get more experience in that field of study and all of that. Eventually, you trying to really open up your own practice. That's where you aiming, right? See, that's a good aim to go that way. Because working for somebody is not, what I heard is not so good. And 120 doesn't really want you to work for anyone. It wants you to work for yourself. So, I don't know if I have to go with the remedy and go with the trade and profession, because those are the two easiest things to work for yourself. You could easily be a midwife and be a what do they call them? Physician assistant or registered nurse or LPN. Any of those people could be a midwife. That would be a start of your little sideline business if that's what you were, a nurse. And I just say nurse because it makes you think of Shakim. We always say Shakim the nurse. But that's why I picked nurse. But I mean, I could have picked paralegal or, like I said, carpenter, plumber, welder. I mean, I don't like welding as a trade because it's not good for your eyes. But you can make money off of being a welder, fitter, welder. All those people make money. But at the same time, the unions that were formed right after the Civil War, I say a decade after in time, that's like right after it. So you have 10 years fly by and they hit you with like a massive amount of bang ups. Right? I'll explain it to you. Watch this. This is what they did. That's why we stay. We still on 120, right? We never leave 120. We always in 120. Believe that. That just shows you how vast 120 is, but we going all around because it just makes you go all around because you're looking at everything and you're saying to yourself, that's everything right there. Oh, I should put 120 on that. 120, my bad. 120. All right. Because they always say, you didn't say 120. Yes, I did. I said it was 120. But from that point, did I make the copy? Yes, okay. Duplicate, no, add to an album. New album. 120. Haha, banged them. That's what I'm talking about. So, as we move on to the trader profession, and then we find out that a decade after the colonizer, said, we're going to make a prison complex system. We're going to improve on it every decade. And we're going to put laws on the books called black codes and Jim Crow and all those. We're going to put all that on the books. to bounce off of the Constitution, 3/5, and all of that. We're not going to let go of that. Right? And we're going to let the bankers in on it. Tell them to do it too. Or they telling vice versa. The bankers might have been telling them to do it. You don't even really know. I imagine somebody could go and do some research and find out if the bankers was in on it first. But if you think about it, if you follow the money, right, you can look at, what is the name of those? It looked like to me it was the Moors put this together. I don't know where I could put it. Looked like the Moors put it together to me. That's what I'm going to say. So, because I could see Moorish science in it. Like, I know it looked like some Moorish science put together. Maybe the affiliates to Kemet and Moors and all them put that together. And then or people who bear witness to that mathematics. Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Garvey. It's stemming from there. It's stemming from Noble Drew Ali and Marcus Garvey, the harbinger. So the noble prophet Drew Ali and Marcus Garvey they are the root to the people who put together Hidden Colors. One of them is called, okay, you got Hidden Colors 2. I see here it's Hidden Colors 2, then I see Hidden Colors. That must be the first one, is Hidden Colors. The next one is Hidden Colors 2, then you got Hidden Colors 3, The Rules of Racism. And then you have Hidden Colors 4, The Religion of White Supremacy. Dun 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 dun. It is more. See, look, right here it says the untold history of people of Aboriginal, Moor, and African descent. Pretty much like I said, lamb's wool, right? We talking to the lamb's wool. All of these people here are talking to the lamb's wool. All right, I'll tell you some of the names I know. Well, I know all these names. I think I know that name, Shahrazad. I haven't met her, but I know her name, Shahrazad Ali. I know. I met Phil Valentine because back in the days, Abdullah and all of them used to go to his. I don't know what it was called then, but they had little meetings in Brooklyn and Brownstones. We used to go there. Umar Johnson, I don't know him either. I heard of him, and I listened to some of his speeches and stuff. Tariq, I know about him because he's air personality. Dr. Booker T. Coleman, I don't know him. Saber Bay, I know that name. And Dr. Frances Cress Westland, we know her, right? And then, what is the other one? Oh, Hidden Colors 2 is The Triumph of Melanin, right? I don't know how I ended up with 2 of those, but I got 2 of those. I'm going to give one of those away. And then The Rules of Racism is Hidden 3, and then The Religion of White Supremacy is 4, all right? So, it's not like we haven't spoken on this before, and before they even made these videos, we had said that to the people. That, like Darwinism and all that is a religion. All that it's still a religion. It's a religion. That whole shit is a religion. Ku Klux Klan, even their masonry is religion. They try to act like it ain't religion, but it's religion. Listen to some of them old rallies, Universal Rally Parliament in Harlem. Listen to some of those old ones way back in the day. The 80s one. Listen to some of those. You'll be hearing what they was saying. That was going way back then. That's what I'm saying. Go back then. Now, I'm going back then, but you could go back as far as the God got those tapes. Go back as far as you could go and listen to them. I didn't think of it till just now, but that would be a good idea to do it. I just don't have the time to do all of that research. People got to pick up the slack. It's so much stuff that we need to look at if we're going to help wake up our people, because they just not going to wake up just easy like that. And then even when they wake up, sometimes they go back to sleep. You got to go back and wake them up again, bro. The only reason why you using efforts to wake up the people who are adults is because it's easier to talk to their children if they're talking to their children, because you're waking them up and you can wake up a whole household. Of course, if we need to, you try to wake up the children if you can, even if... I mean, it's just not like it was back in the days when the father was doing it. He went right to the children. It's not that easy to just be talking to people's children nowadays. That's not how it works. You need to have somebody